Gonna get started in about 5 minutes. Allow a couple more people to get in here. So let's get started in 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna get started in 2 minutes. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers. Let me close some of these windows. I got 9,000 windows open. All right. How's everybody doing? Are you doing okay? Have you had a good Sunday? Is it cold where you are? Because it's cold where I am. Cold where I am for sure. Just fixing one thing on the page. The front. References. The rest of that. All right, so we have a lot to cover tonight. So let me go ahead and get started. Like last weekend, this is going to be a better day. Sorry, something is not pasting and I keep clicking and it's not moving. Come on. Click, click, click. It's really weird. I don't know what's wrong. All right, technology is always our best friend, and we love it. So let's get started. Show my screen. Share. All right, so I'm glad you all are here. Hopefully, I won't have anything fun or interesting or exciting happen today. Anything is possible. All right, this is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Mastery, and today we are going over session 4 of the Shopify 90-day intensive course. Click. All right. So the first thing I want to do is just get a status update from everybody. I think my sound is coming through okay. So last week, did you get a chance to start like kind of looking at your numbers, your target numbers? What are your goals when it comes to your Shopify store, or some of the things that you want to monitor? Even if you don't know what your goals are yet, at least some of the things that you want to monitor for the first several weeks, especially for Black Friday as your store launches. Did you do any sourcing research? Did you add any products to your store? Did you create any listings? Did you research any of the free or paid apps? And did you add any products to your store? I don't know why that's there twice. And did you do any research on print on demand? There was something on print on demand that I definitely wanted to cover with you guys, and I didn't get a chance to. So I'm just going to segue for about 30 seconds. And I wanted to show you, like when you go to Printify or you go to Printful or you go to any of these stores, these storefronts, if you decide you want to integrate it with your Shopify store, people always have a hard time, I think, sometimes trying to figure out what to sell. So on their site, they have all of these amazing lists that you can choose from on products that you can sell. So Printful does when most people are thinking of print on demand, they just think of t-shirts, and it's beyond t-shirts. So you've got men's clothing, you've got women's clothing, and you also have bottoms. you've got these leggings, you've got skirts, you've got shorts, you've got swimwear. Again, most people are not thinking about what are all the opportunities for print on demand. And, if you're a person that's really good at bundles, using print on demand along with products to sell to your customers is a great opportunity. So under youth, again, they've got all kinds of stuff here. You can do hats, you can do visors. Um, in addition to that, they've got all these accessories. So you've got phone cover cases, you've got backpacks, you got fanny packs, you got necklaces, you got earrings. And so think beyond your traditional t-shirts when it comes to print on demand. Think beyond that, because you're only limiting yourself on what you could potentially do with print on demand. And since Printful has already got an integration directly with Shopify, it gives you another opportunity to create some type of store that works for you and your business. So then they've got mugs, which we know about a lot, blankets, stickers, pillows, throw pillows, wall art, bean bags, towels, canvas prints, postcards, and then, you can go beyond that and just go through their list. So if you get a chance, just you can go to Printful, you can go to Printify, you can go to some of the other ones that we listed last week, and just go under products and just kind of look at what they have and take that into consideration. We did not get into that last week. Okay, so going back to today. Here we go. So what questions do you have from last week? So what if some of my print on demand, and what if you have some print on demand and merchant fulfilled items? How am I going to explain this on my shipping policy? So if you're going to do print on demand and actual physical products, if your physical products are coming from your whoever your fulfiller is, or your fulfillment center, or AliExpress or whatever, then you want to make sure that on your listing that you're indicating that on those particular items that they are shipped separately. You can put them together as an image. You can put them together, like take the picture, or either get pictures from the manufacturer or the distributor, and then get the picture from Printify and kind of superimpose them. You can use all kinds of tools. You can use Canva to superimpose them together. You can use Paint. You can use, PowerPoint, whatever you want to do, to make sure that it looks like the pictures, like they go together naturally. And then on your shipping for that individual product, you need to indicate that they will be shipped separately, so that it is clear one will arrive and the other one will arrive. If you are a person that wants the entire thing to be arrived together, so I do like holiday bundles, I do Christmas bundles. And so if I'm doing a stocking bundle, I don't want my stuff coming from two different, it needs to arrive all at the same time. So in that case, I'm going to work with the prep center. So I'm going to order sufficient inventory from one of my suppliers. I'm going to get my print on demand, a few mock-ups made, and I'm going to have my prep center put the stuff together so it's all together. And then the great thing is that you can stick whatever you want to inside of the packaging, to help make their holiday great. So you can stick holiday cards in there. You can do all kinds of stuff. But that's what I would do, is just indicate that they're shipped separately. Any other questions? All right, so we'll go ahead and go on. All right, so last week we covered know your numbers, or at least the math. We want to get you thinking in a profit mindset, that's for sure. We talked about sourcing and some sourcing strategies. And we are going to go into some more sourcing stuff next week. I am using de-essers, and I'm also using Dropify. Those are two great sourcing platforms. And sorry, not next week, the following week. And then in addition to that, we covered adding products to your store, optimizing your listings. What are the things that you need to make sure that's there? We talked briefly about the free apps, and we talked about paid apps and upsell apps. And then we also talked briefly about print on demand. So today we have a lot to cover. We're covering shipping. We're covering page setup, policies, contact info. We're talking about preferences. We're going through Shopify payments. We're going to talk about customer discounts and coupons, marketing apps, email marketing, Facebook ads, and Google ads. So I'm going to try and go as fast as I can, but I do want to allow you the opportunity to ask some questions. In addition to that, grab a notepad and pen, so that you can ask whatever questions, if you see something. And remember, you can always come back and watch. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about in shipping is there's a couple of different things. Shipping is probably one outside of sourcing. Outside of sourcing and finding the right product, shipping is like your next big ticket item. Why is shipping so important? Shipping allows you to keep the money. So if you get shipping right, you get to keep your money. If you don't get shipping right, you're going to have some refunds and some non-satisfied customers. So shipping is like your second most important thing when it comes to running a Shopify store. Your first most important thing, well, it's probably your third most important. Your first most important is sourcing right. If you source right, then the second is making sure that your store looks good in the marketing, and then third is shipping. But shipping is a vital part of this process. So make sure that you take some notes, and there's a lot to shipping in Shopify, and I don't know why this is cut off. So I will probably minimize it somehow. I hate that. Let me go backwards. Okay, let me just escape out of it for just a second. Okay, so on your shipping, we're going to talk through a few things on shipping. Your shipping strategy is so important. And you can have a mixed shipping strategy if you have if you figured out what your store model is going to be or your business model is going to be. You can have a mixed shipping strategy if you need to. You can have some products that you say that you're going to do free shipping on. You can have some products that you're going to do the exact shipping based on the weight of the product and the size of the box. And then you can have flat rate shipping for some of those things. So some of your products. So if you're managing inventory across multiple locations, so let's say you're sourcing from AliExpress, you can choose to include like an overall flat rate cost into the total price of the product and just list this free shipping, or you can just charge a flat rate, your choice on how you want to do that. But it makes sense if it's coming from multiple locations, like let's say it's coming from multiple suppliers within the US, then you have some pretty average flat rate shipping. There are some regional shipping for USPS, but you have some pretty average shipping for US. When you're shipping outside of the US, then you may want to increase the price of the product. Make sure you've got a currency converter on your app on your store, and you probably want to charge. You may want to charge exact shipping, or you may want to charge. You could charge a higher flat. If you're using a drop shipping or fulfillment centers, so that's a business that's doing the shipping for you. So they work with. So you won't have to work with the carrier. They'll work with the carrier, and they'll do the work. They'll determine the shipping cost for you, so you don't have to do it. So they also. This means that you don't need to purchase shipping labels, because you're going to see me talk about shipping labels today, and there's certain types of orders that you don't have to deal with because of the fact that it's coming directly from them. Now, the thing that you need to make sure that when you're working with whoever you're working with, make sure that they have good ratings, or that they have a method of communication if products are not received, so that you can get in touch with them if you're not seeing that it's been shipped, if it's not showing up that there's a tracking number. Make sure you establish a method to continually communicate with them. You don't want to just turn it over to them and then just walk away. You actually have to monitor what they're doing. You need to make sure you're seeing tracking numbers. You need to make sure you're seeing that the item has been shipped. You have a way to monitor it as well. Because again, shipping is vital, and it ensures that you get to keep the money. If you don't have a shipping plan and strategy, then you will be issuing a boatload of refunds, and your store will be shut down shortly. So in shipping, you've got shipping carriers. Did we skip one? No. Okay. All right, we're there. So your shipping carriers for Shopify are listed. I took a screenshot of that so that you would know who they are. And they are the ones who will deliver the product to your customer, whatever the purchase is that the person has purchased from you. They're going to charge you a fee. And so how you account for this fee and how you charge it to the customer depends on your structure of how you've set up your shipping in your back office. And this is a list of all the carriers. So in Canada, you've got Canada Post, you've got FedEx, UPS, and then in addition to that, So for calculated shipping, we don't have carrier calculated shipping. It's not enabled for Canada, not enabled for the US, and not enabled for the rest of the world. For the United States, we're aware of most of these. And then for the rest of the world, that depends on if you decide you want to sell in other countries. So if you do, you are going to have to do some setup to handle shipping. And that will be included in your shipping setup. So keep that in mind. For starters, you may just want to stick with United States and Canada until you get a good handle on understanding how the shipping works and your configuration and validate your setup. Then maybe you want to expand to Mexico, or maybe you want to expand to other English speaking countries like the UK, Australia. But again, you make that decision. That's a business decision for you to make. So, and I can't see some of this stuff. So you're going to have flat rate shipping rates, flat shipping rates. So those are the, like USPS has flat rate boxes so that you can be able to associate one with the other. Then you have flat shipping rates that are price-based, weight-based, and general rates. So the price-based ones are like the flat rate. They've got different sizes, and there'll be a flat rate for those. And most of them on the US side for a flat rate, like can't ship it more than, I want to say 50 pounds is really the number for flat rate. Like you could ship a brick. I always talk about that in one of the flat rate boxes. Then you've got for your shipping rates, this is inside of Shopify. You can set it up as a flat rate. You can set it up as a free shipping rate. You can set it up as calculated, or you can set it up as local delivery. If you don't have a storefront or you don't plan on delivering, then you're probably just going to skip all the local stuff. But more than likely, you will probably be charging either a flat rate, or you'll set it up and define it as flat rate. You'll define it as free shipping, or you'll define it as a calculated shipping rate. If you are not familiar with some of the calculated shipping rates inside of Shopify, sort of at the bottom of the page, there's a little button or hyperlink that says, get more about shipping. And you can go directly to the calculated. They're going to give you a page that has all of these estimated weights for different things. So if you're shipping shirts, if you're shipping stuffed animals, if you're shipping blankets, if you're shipping whatever, they're going to give you some estimated weights for those things so that you can better set up your calculated shipping rates if you're choosing to do that. I personally don't like to do all of that. I'm just going to be your flat shipping rate chick. I'm going to be like, how much can I stick in this box? And that's going to be my thing. Do I need a smaller box, or do I need a bigger box? The other thing is inside of shipping, you're going to see that you have a place to set up shipping labels. And so these are the things that are going to be attached to the actual box. I'm sorry, this little thing is floating all over the place. So they're attached to the box. And so you want to make sure that that information is correct. It should include, of course, the recipient's name, address, maybe phone number, maybe not, and the sender's address, which is yours, and the barcode. So we talked about your address last week. I'm going to show you a place where you go, and well, we can talk about where you go and update it. I can actually show you where it is, but you can update your address on where things are coming from. And then you can purchase additional inside of Shopify shipping. You can purchase additional insurance, like you can have a tracking number if you want to require a signature or proof of age. Those are some options that'll be available to you. And then packages and shipment weights. So inside of packages and shipment weights, when you get to that section, you can use the following inside of Shopify shipping for your labels. So for a box, you've got a regular package, for a soft padded envelope, envelope flat rate. The ones that that you will not be able to use inside a Shopify shipping labels are listed below. So you do have flat rate envelope that is thinner than 1/4 of an inch. Then you have a large package where the dimensions are greater than 84 inches, and then a larger package. And because this is cut off, I have to escape, and I apologize. I just did not think it was going to cut off like that. Trying to escape. There we go. Okay, there we go. So we can go backwards. And then, oh yeah, irregular. So if it's an irregular size package, it's oblong, it's weird shaped, then you're not going to be able to do those inside of Shopify shipping. So just be mindful of that. I think that ShipStation and Shipping Easy may be able to accommodate some of your awkward shaped, shaped boxes. But again, when you're sourcing product, keep that in mind on what you're sourcing, because you want to be sourcing things that's going to make it easier and more efficient for your store to run. If you've decided that you're going to be selling the unusual size shaped things, and that's your game plan, that's your strategy, that's your niche, then that's fine. But if it's not your niche and you don't want the hassle of the extra work, then don't explore that. Okay, so shipping, understand. So here's a couple of things about. I think somebody joined. I don't know. Right. Anyway, so shipping, a couple of things to help reduce your understanding your shipping, reducing your processing times. So one of the things that you want to do is when you are figuring out what it is you're going to sell, and you can again look inside of your back office for Shopify, keep in mind what that package, what that item might, what type of box or package that item might be able to be shipped in if you're shipping it yourself. If you're not shipping it yourself, if you're using AliExpress or some other provider, somebody else is drop shipping it for you, then again, you would assume and you would want to engage your supplier just to confirm that they're going to ship it in the most efficient way possible that's going to be most cost effective to you, because that's a cost you have to cover, and you want to make sure that you're priced accordingly so that you can sort of recoup your money back. But understand exactly how things are going to be shipped. And if you're handling it all yourself, like you're running a Shopify store and you're shipping from home, so it's in-house fulfillment, then make sure that you understand how this is going to work for you. Sometimes when you understand what it is you're shipping and the sizes of the things that they are and the weight that they are, if you're doing it yourself, there may be a least expensive way to ship it. So instead of shipping something like, I don't know, first class mail or via flat rate box, you may be able to ship it UPS ground and pay far less money. And that means that's more profit to you, more money you get to keep in your pocket. So again, understanding these things about what it is that you're going to be shipping is extremely important, because if you don't understand that, then you're going to start losing money from the jump, from the beginning. In addition to that, if you get good at the shipping, you'll understand your processing times. Again, even with your supplier, understanding their processing times, then you'll have higher customer satisfaction, which means a potential higher return customer to come and buy more stuff from you. Your inventory is going to move faster, which means if you're doing in-house fulfillment, then wherever you're storing it, you're going to be moving inventory faster. If you're not doing in-house and you're using a fulfillment center or you're using print on demand, then again, it's just more sales for you. And then it makes things more efficient when you're fulfilling orders if you understand the process. So I just want to encourage you, when you're making a decision on what products you intend to sell, that you get some information about the dimensions and weight, that you have a conversation with your supplier, or at least an exchange about the method in which they plan on shipping these items to customers. If there's multiple orders, sometimes like people might be buying print on demand pajamas, and so they may be buying for the entire family. So that's a set of 5. Tell me how you guys are going to package this up. How fast are you going to process this order to get it out the door to this customer? So I at least have some good estimates on my shipping times when I tell people the order's going to be fulfilled in 24 hours, it's going to be fulfilled in 48 hours, you can expect your shipment in 2 weeks. Like, you got to get some information from these people before you just put some generic stuff on your page, especially if some of your stuff is coming from multiple locations. And then understanding your processing time is going to, you'll be able to improve it. You'll be able to find those bottlenecks so you can improve it. You'll be able to explore, like I said, the fulfillment center options. And again, when you hand it over to a fulfillment center, don't just walk away. Make sure that you're monitoring, make sure you understand what they're doing, make sure you're paying attention to what's happening. I talk to so many people that they outsource so much of their business and they walk away from it, and then they're trying to figure out why it's crumbling 6 months later, 3 months later, 2 weeks later. So don't do that. You need to always be monitoring and have, even if you're checking on your business for 15 minutes every single day, just check in. And then you'll be able to plan ahead. So a good example of planning ahead is planning ahead for Black Friday. You'll be able to, if your supplier only has so much in inventory levels, and they have some projections based on the number of people that are sourcing with them, then if their numbers are going to be really, really low for Black Friday, you want to know that information as well. You may want to offer a different option, meaning sell something else in that place, maybe not sell that item, or maybe put some kind of special offer on that item that says a limited supply, something like that, so you don't have to, you can keep your customers happy and you give them another alternative if your supplier doesn't have a lot of inventory. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to go look at the settings for shipping. Hopefully this is going to work now. It's just cutting off at the bottom. I wasn't expecting that. So where you're going to go is you're going to log into your Shopify account. You're going to go to settings, and you're going to go to shipping and delivery. Once you go there to shipping and delivery, what you're going to see is options here to set up manage your shipping rates, and you can click on that to go look at your rates. You can also set up your shipping profile. So if there are certain products that are coming from one place in the US and other products are coming from another place outside the country and some, like you may have a different profile, multiple profiles that you have to set up. If you plan on just sourcing from one source, then you're lucky. But if you have multiple sources or multiple shipping options based on specific products, you're probably going to set up a couple of different profiles. In addition to that, if you plan on offering, products locally, you've got where you're going to set up local delivery. More than likely, you're not going to do that for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So right now, I'm only set up for 2 zones. I'm set up for the United States, and then I'm also set up for Canada, North America, and anywhere else. I think that's all other countries. Okay, so then the next thing is, again, local pickup. If you're a brick and mortar, you may have local pickup. If you're not a brick and mortar, it doesn't matter. So you won't have anything to put in there. Then save packages. So if you're setting up labels and you've got certain package sizes, then you want to go ahead and click on that section and go and add the different sizes that products can be sold in. So another example might be you're offering coffee mugs, and so you're fulfilling them out of your house. And so you've got certain sizes. You know that information already, so that will make it easier for you to print your labels. So you see over here that you have your shipping labels, learn more about it. This is where I was saying that you have lots of options to get more detail. The shipping is very intricate inside of Shopify. It can be simplified once you got it set up, as long as you know what you're selling. So master it for one store. If you plan on opening a second store, you may have a completely different shipping strategy for that store. And then your carriers, you can check the rates once you log into your back office and look at the rates for the different carriers. This is where you can set up your labels. We previously talked about that. So shipping labels, again, you're going to have your from address, which is where it's coming from, the person that it's going to. And again, remember, you have the option to buy insurance inside of Shopify shipping, so that way, if you want to require a signature, if you're selling high-end things and you really want to have a signature, or if you're selling things where you want to make sure that there's a tracking number, which I would do that, then you have the opportunity to buy that as well. Okay, so if I'm integrating with ShipStation, do I need to do shipping with Shopify? Yes. No? You're still going to have to set up your shipping stuff, and you'll have an integration down here. You have your manager integrations for your fulfillment, and so you should see ShipStation down there. It's either ShipStation or Ship. Let's just go see. It's one or the other. Pirate Ship. There you go. I can't remember what. I know that it's one or the other. So hold on just one second. So when I go to my store, I got a whole bunch of stuff open. And I go down to integrations. Okay. Third party, custom fulfillment, ad services. Okay. I know that hold on. I don't want to learn more. third party. This is ShipStation, I think. Yeah, no. Better shipping, good shipping. No, I think that, yeah, you do have the opportunity. I know that you have the opportunity to do ShipStation. I think I did it on my other store and not this store, or either Shipping Easy, one of the two that you can add. I don't have that store open though. I have this new store that doesn't have a lot of setup on it. So I'll come back and we can look at that next week for sure. Let me come back to this. Okay, so yeah, you do have the opportunity to integrate with other setup. I don't know why it's asking me to upgrade, but I don't remember what level this store is at, so I'll have to go look at that. In addition to that, account integration. So once you do have some integrations set up, you'll see them. And so I may take a picture of my other store that's already set up for me. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to go take a look at, and we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go and take a look at, I don't know why this picture is here. Oh, I know why it's here. We'll come back to it. The next thing I want to go talk about is I want to add the footer and I want to add the main menus to your store. And so one of the things that I asked you guys to look at was look at some of the sample stores that you want to either mirror or mimic or take some of their features or whatever setup is and make a note of it. That way you can add that option to your store as well. So, there's going to be stuff in the footer that you want to have there. There's going to be stuff that you want in the main menu that you want to have there. And this is where you're going to go set that up. So this is under the regular navigation under online store. And you're going to go in here and add the values that make sense for what you've already defined when we went through in class 1 or class 2, where we talked about, okay, let's go look at some of these stores. What are the menu options that I see? What are the things that are at the bottom of the store, that bottom footer that I see that I want to make sure my store has, So we talked through all of those. You want to go and add them here. The next thing that we want to do is we want to look at preferences. So this is kind of laid out. This is the first part of it, and this is the bottom half of the page. So I'm going to tell you, this one is a very important page because this is going to help you, especially if you set up, you did your research for your keyword research. So you've decided what type of store, what your niche is going to be. So whatever you put in the homepage title or whatever you put in the meta description, that is what people are going to see when they search for you on Google. So if your store is a niche for, I don't know, baby bottles, you need to make sure that you're putting your keywords around baby bottles in here so that when someone searches on it, when they just rest their mouse over that URL, it's going to give them this description, this meta title that they're going to see. So you need to make sure that whatever you hear is vitally important. Don't just leave it blank and don't just put some generic stuff there. Put something that's meaningful when you go and do Google searches, something that's going to help you show up in the search. In addition to that, the social media sharing image. So what is the image that you want them to see? And hopefully this is like maybe your logo. If you have a little, I forget what that other image is called, that's not a logo. It's like your searchable image that shows up on the top of the page when you're looking like in Chrome. It's a little icon that shows up next to whatever the name of your URL is. So you have the opportunity to put that image here. So if you're branding yourself, you definitely want to make sure you populate that. If you are going to run Google ads or you're going to run Facebook ads or you're going to do anything that's marketing and you want to be able to find your audience all over the internet, then you're going to get Google Analytics, you're going to get a pixel for that. And you're also going to go to your Facebook page, go to business accounts, and you're going to put a Facebook pixel and you need to put it in here. So those are the two things that you need to make sure you have set up. For Google, if you don't have a Google Ads account, you literally could use your current Gmail account because your Gmail account creates a Google account. And once you have a Google account, when you click on the Rubik's Cube, which is the 9 dot squares that are up in the upper right-hand corner next to your initials, you should see one for Google Analytics. You can go and set up a Google Analytics account. It is going to ask you for a credit card number because it's going to assume that you're going to run ads. You do have the opportunity, depending on the age of your store, to maybe run free ads. So they're going to have, you'll have see that option on the page. It might be down here somewhere at the bottom that says, start free Google Ads account, or, get $100 in free Google Ads. Click on that and it'll take you to Google. It's going to make you log in and then go through that process. And there will be one of the many tabs inside of Google that you will click on to get your pixel. And you want to put this on your store so that if you have visitors that come, look, and leave, you can retarget them later on. That's how they follow you all over the internet. You'll be like, I was just looking at tires. Why do I see tires on every single page now? That's how they're doing it. Any website you go to, they're following you all over the internet. Customer privacy. Again, you have some guidelines if you're going to be selling in other countries. So just be mindful of that. And then your password, password, and then spam. So that way you're not getting caught up with the whole, having spam. People come to your store and it's really spam. Okay, so where do you put the pixel once I get it? You put it here, your code. It's going to be your pixel code. So you're going to go to preferences. Once you go to preferences, you're going to come down here to analytics and you're going to paste your code right here. Okay, so this section, we're going to go through a couple of different things. We're going to talk about Shopify payments, checkout, taxes. There's some other stuff that we're going to talk about. Wanted to get into legal and files, and there was some other general. So we will go live and go into my account to look at some of that stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about payments. So the first thing is, if you have not set up your Shopify payments, you need to go ahead and set that up. So here you can see you need to complete the setup of your Shopify payments. And I'll show you what that looks like. In addition to that, we looked at the rates. The rates were on the Shopify pricing page that we started off looking at. Which plan are you going to be in? And then which payments do you accept? So the rates were there so that you know what your rate is that you're starting off with. So you're going to start off at the higher rate, unless you decide to go with the higher Shopify plan. I think it was like $29, $79, and some other number. So what payments are you going to accept? And so you have to complete the setup here as well. So you got some setup here and you got some setup here. Then in addition to that, and we have view payouts, you've got down here, you can accept payments through PayPal. So right now it's attached to a Google account that doesn't even, a PayPal account that doesn't exist. So you want to come in here and you want to edit all of this and fix it so that you put the right one. Whatever it is, it just defaulted for the Gmail account that I set up. It just made an assumption. So you want to go in and edit yours and clean it up. So if you want to accept PayPal payments, this is how you do it. And then if you're going to sell Amazon Pay payments, then you want to activate that here. I thought I saw Apple Pay, but I may have been on another page. Then if you have third-party providers that you're going to accept payments from, again, click on this. I think that's maybe where I saw Apple Pay. I can't remember. Alternative payment methods. So if you've got maybe a merchant account that you've established, like you've been selling for a while, maybe you had a booth at the flea market, or maybe you had a brick and mortar, whatever, you've got alternate payments. You can set that up here. And then manual payment methods. In addition to that, down at the bottom, it's not going to let me get there. Joys of this. There we go. Down at the bottom, capture payments. So I automatically capture the payment for each order, or manually captured. So, you're going to set it up for automatic because you want people to be able to check out on your page. You're not going to do the manual thing. The next one, I think this one will have enough space, so I don't have to worry about it. I have to remember they're on 1 inch clearance at the bottom. So then if I go into Shopify payments, which was that, it said, finish setting up your Shopify payments. So once I finish setting up my Shopify payments, I'm going to come to this particular page. I feel like this is a duplicate. I don't know why. It's a screen that's missing. And clearly there is. All right, so let's just do this. Let's go to Shopify payments. Oops. Okay, so we have our options here. You're a business type, so if you're a sole proprietor, you're just going to leave it under individual. And at some later point, when you got your store up and running, and you want to get your EIN, get everything set up, you can come back here and you can update this and enter your EIN information. Remember, you can start off your store without that. Your address, your business details, your name, birth date. Then we've got your digits for your social security number. And the next thing is your industry. So what are you selling? And this is something you need to go ahead and populate it with whatever you're selling, whatever is applicable for your business. And then your products. Again, you're setting up this account with Shopify to do Shopify payments. Then your phone number, which is not a valid phone number, but anyway, your routing and your routing and your account number. So this is for your bank account. So one of the things that I am going to strongly encourage everybody that you have established a business, make sure that you separate your business account from your personal stuff. So don't run your Shopify store and attach your personal bank account here. Please go set up all of your own stuff for your business. Don't use your personal. It's going to make it so much easier at the end of the year and at the end of the quarter with reconciling, especially with an accountant. Set up all your own stuff. Okay. Then once you've completed all the setup, then you can go ahead and click on complete setup and you're good to go. So that is the short version of the setup. Where do you put the pixel once again? Oh, thank you. All right. So then the next thing, whoops, over here, is checkout. So when I go through the checkout process, so the checkout process is really your customer's final experience with you. So the first experience they have is first they found you and they started looking through your catalog of products and they like what they see. So they decide that they want to buy from you. And so your checkout process is going to determine how easy or how difficult your checkout process is going to determine, whether or not you actually get to make some money. So what you want to make sure you do is you simplify the checkout process. You got all of your payments set up. You say what type of payments you'll accept. If you decide you want to accept some additional payments, go set all that up under payment. Then the next thing is to simplify the checkout process. So the assumption is they're going to add to cart, and then they're going to go check their cart, and then they're going to check out with their cart. And so they're going to put in their name, they're going to put in their address, put in their credit card information, and then they're going to hit submit or pay or whatever it is. And so the key here is to make sure that the process is seamless for them and to make it easy for them so that way, again, you get to close out that transaction. You get to make that money. So when a customer reaches the payment method of your checkout page and the cart is checked against the store's inventory, and this is, again, if you have things integrated, and there is no more inventory, then they won't allow them to keep going. But if you don't have things integrated, meaning if you're using AliExpress, you're using something else, it's going to check your inventory with them if you have an integration app attached and check to see what's available. If it's not available, then you can go and update your products as well in addition to that. But you also have, if you're doing physical products, let's say you're selling, I don't know, shirts or cat beds or whatever, out of your house, you're shipping them out yourself, you're doing in-home fulfillment, then it's going to check against your inventory. And if it's not available, then it won't let the person close out. So that it's going to fail. It's going to give them an error message that says we're out of stock. We apologize, we're out of stock. If the payment fails, then the hold will be released until the customer reaches the payment method again. So again, you want to make your checkout process easy for customers. And the way you get to the checkout is under the settings section. And under the settings section, we'll go here. And this is the actual screen that they'll see. So right now, everything on this particular dummy account is inactive. But you come in here And if you want them to set up a customer account in order to check out with you, you can define that, or you can allow them to check out as a guest. It's your call, it's your decision. If you want to capture their information, then again, your opportunity to potentially come back to them as a customer later on and do business with them. And then what are you going to require on the form? You can define what it is you want to require on the form as they fill it out. And you can see that it continues on. What are you going to require? A second address line 2, shipping address and phone number. So if you want to capture that person's phone number, so that way you can follow up with them to make sure that the shipment's received or whatever the case may be. Because again, I don't know what you're selling. So some things may require a phone call. Like if you're selling high-end stuff, probably want a phone number. But if you're not selling high-end stuff, then, it's ultimately your call. Then some of these others are going to require you to upgrade to a higher level. So if you want to give them the option as they check out to buy a gift card or whatever, then you have to be at the higher level to be able to do gift cards. And so keep that in mind as you're making your decisions, as well as, in the future, if you plan on doing anything with email marketing. So give them the option to potentially sign up for your newsletter at this time. So this is you defining all of this. And then do you want to email them about their abandoned cart? Again, set all of that up, and you can set some of that up inside of Shopify's checkout feature so that way you can begin that process. And then whatever tool you're using to send the emails, that can go out, or you can set up a custom email here. And the next thing is taxes. So we all know taxes are taxes are taxes. The one thing I just want to tell you is make sure that you add, if you're in the US, which you are, sales tax, add your tax registration. Make sure you add that information. There's going to be taxation calculated based on your shipping. So you need to set up some of your shipping stuff first before you update your tax information so that they go hand in hand. So there's going to be taxes that are going to be charged automatically in the US based on the states, the United States and all that other stuff. But if you're doing shipping out to other countries, again, how does that work? So the Shopify, like the help section, has some really great information about outside of the US and what that impact is or is not to you. So you'll see that I'm collecting taxes for the rest of the world. You see none of this is set up right now, but you want to turn on collecting taxes for the US and your calculations. All right, so then the next is discounts. You have the opportunity to set up and offer discounts and coupons on different products. This is probably something you definitely want to set up for Black Friday. So you just log in again to your back office. You're going to go to discounts and you're going to click on create discount code. And you can create automatic discount codes. Maybe you're going to run a Black Friday special and you're going to run it from a certain time period. You can set up automatic for everything in the store, or you can have it for specific product. You can have it for specific products, or you can have it that they use at checkout. So when you go in and set this up, you can offer the different types of discounts that you can offer. You can offer a percentage off. So you have to create the code, name the code. And then you can offer a flat amount off. So $10 off of anything above $50. So you can have that sort of conditional kind of setup. You can offer free shipping once they get over a threshold. So in the shipping setup, one of the options is to offer free shipping. If you can put a conditional setup to where it says, I give you free shipping if it's over $50. And so again, that correlation, if the person's not over $50, but you still want to give them a free shipping coupon, maybe you did an email ad to them, then this is another way in which you can offer free shipping. And then you can do that whole buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one 50% off. You can set up that coupon code as well. And coupon codes are intricate. Like there's a bunch of set up for that. I want you to know that. So depending on which one of these you choose, some additional fields are going to show up after you actually put in, like if I select this one, some other fields will show up. If I choose this one, some other fields will show up. So I want you to know that. And then you can set specific dates in which this coupon code is valid. You can set a minimum order amount that you may say, okay, well, they got to order, like I said, $50 or $100 or $75 or whatever, in order for that to happen. And it may be you only make it valid on certain products. Maybe you don't make it valid for the entire store. So you can define all of that here. So if you're thinking about offering something special for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you want to come and you want to look at this and set it up this week so that you have something to work with, something to play with before your store goes live. Okay, so email marketing. Email marketing, I kind of mentioned a couple of things. We talked about, the Facebook Pixel. We talked about the Google Pixel. We talked about on checkout, you want to add them to your list so that you can market to them. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You definitely want to make sure that you're creating a list. You need to create a list. One of the biggest things about Shopify is your opportunity to market to these people outside of any other platform. So your customer on Amazon is not really your customer. Your customer on eBay is your customer, sort of, but they're still like eBay's. Like at any given moment, eBay could shut you down, and Shopify could do the same if they figure out that you're doing something that's not ethical. But the point is, you have the opportunity to own your list. This means that you can market to these people for whatever your niche is, long-term, bigger picture. So you should have an email marketing strategy in place before you go live. You really need one. It's going to be beneficial to you, and it'll give you the opportunity to send special offers to your customers. So a email marketing strategy is definitely, offer them the opportunity at checkout, or offer them the opportunity after they come to the page after 15 seconds or 5 seconds, have a pop-up to register for your newsletter or to get 10% off immediately. And they have to give you their email address, and so they can get that 10% off. Again, we looked at some stores that had the pop-up. That is a Shopify app to be able to do some of those features. So think about those types of things. You don't want to have a store that's app heavy, because that's going to impact the performance of the store and people's ability to bring up the store. So make sure that you are only attaching those apps that you feel are vital to how the store looks and feels and how it performs. So grabbing that email address is important. You should, once you start grabbing the email addresses, offer them the opportunity to get your newsletter. Then you should be reviewing your subscribers list regularly. You really should. So you can get rid of the junk emails, because sometimes people will put Bob at Bob's, shoe.com. And that's like, really? Are you serious? Something generic like inbox at inbox.com. Like, okay, that's not a real email address. So make sure you're cleaning those out, because whatever tool you're using, they're going to have some stats around your deliverability rate. And if you have a bunch of bad email addresses, like, I don't recommend you buy email list, because you're just going to have a bunch of bounces. It's just, unless you know of a credible person that's selling lists, you're just going to have a boatload of bounces, and it's just going to affect your rating with that, whoever that person, that provider is. And it's annoying. Trust me, it's very annoying. You should create customer groups. So if you are selling multiple products, maybe you have customers who buy bundles from you, and then people who buy holiday specific things from you, and then people who buy back to school things from you. Like, you should create customer lists. So then that way, when back to school comes back around, it's a great opportunity for you to target those people, because more than likely people who have bought from you before will buy from you again. So you can target them through email. If you're going to offer a double opt-in, then make sure the confirmation that you're telling them that they need to go check their email. If you're not doing a double opt-in, then you don't have to do that. If the subscriber does unsubscribe, they make sure that you automatically remove or suppress them from future emails. So make sure that you clean them off the list immediately, so that you don't have to deal with, okay, now my bounce rate has gone up on emails. And trust me, I'm the vice president of a nonprofit. We have to deal with this all the time. When we have people sign up for our events or sign up for our services or whatever it happens to be, And we have to go through and scrub our email list every single month so that we can keep our rating good with our email provider. So what do you send them? What do I put in the email? So you can send them a welcome email, welcome to whatever the name of your store is. Welcome to whatever it happens to be. So if you are able to capture them on the beginning when they first visit your store, in the first 5 seconds, you give them a 10% off coupon because you got their email address, then you can send them a welcome email immediately. It says, hey, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to blah, blah, blah's newsletter. We want you to know that we run specials every month. And because of the fact that you subscribe, here's your 10% off immediately. We'll let you know about our new products. We have some amazing products coming up for Black Friday, whatever it happens to be. Announcements about new products and sales, abandoned cart emails. So one of the ways in which you can make a bunch of money when people just come to your site and then they leave is, of course, you can follow them all over the internet because you installed your pixel. Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can send them an email for all those people who left a cart. So abandoned cart is a big deal. Those are two ways in which you can get repeat customers, get people to come back, finish out a transaction. They were looking at your stuff for a reason. So you're going to show up all over the internet because you put the pixel on there and you're going to do some retargeting ads. But the abandoned cart is another simple way to increase your revenue for your store. You can make sure that whenever you send an email, always make sure that there's a link to your store. And make sure there's links to your social media as well. So in class 1 or class 2, I think it was class 1, we told you to go and acquire all the social media assets for whatever the name of your store is going to be, so that nobody else has that. So in that way, if you bought Bob's store, then they can go to Bob's store on Facebook, Instagram, they can go on Pinterest. It's all Bob's store, versus one of them's named one thing and another one's named another. No, just send them all to the same thing. Makes it easier for people to find you all over the internet. You should email your customers at least once a month, and definitely send a test email to yourself. And then when sending emails, make sure it matches your brand look and feel. So in class 1, we talked about, or class 2, one or the other, we talked about the store's look and feel. And so if your look and feel is, sort of a peach color with taupe and some tans in there, don't send a newsletter that's got red, white, and blue on it. Like they're not going to make the mental connection that it's you. So if they're on your site, they register immediately to get the 10% off. Send them their first email with your look and feel, your logo, your everything. All right, and then here's a list of some of the providers that you could use for email marketing that are integrated with Shopify. So consider some of these. I don't have any of these. Well, I do have a constant contact. I used to have a Get Response account. So yeah, these are good ones. And that way you own the email list, which means you can market to them. And if you decide, you're going to do something different, maybe you're going to do funnels, you're going to set up a WordPress site, you're going to move over to WooCommerce, you're going to, whatever you decide to do, at least you own the list and you can market to them, because evidently those people were interested in whatever your niche was, whatever those keywords were. All right, so Facebook ads. There's so much to say about Facebook ads. I'm going to give you sort of the semi-short version. The biggest thing about Facebook ads when it comes to Shopify is right now, video ads are crushing it. Video product ads are crushing it on Facebook. Seriously. If you do a good job of targeting that audience with a video ad, and there is a high probability it's going to convert. So lessons learned, I can give you some of those. One, you need to make sure you identified your audience. Well, whoever your audience is, if you are selling baby bottles, then you're going to go after people that are interested in babies, which sounds weird saying that out loud, but people who have kids, parents, people that are flagged as parents, people who have kids, people, whatever the case may be, little kids, toddlers, that would be one. Make sure that you create your Facebook business page. That should have already been done. We talked about that in class 1 or 2. You're going to sell products directly on Facebook. Definitely. Like at some point, You should integrate your Shopify store with Facebook so that your products are there and people can find them there as well. Remember, you're putting all your social media assets on your email newsletter and it's on your page. So there you go. They can find you everywhere. And then you can also run, you can sell things on Facebook Marketplace. Create visual posts. So the best visual post, the best is a video. Video showing the product in use or how the product has changed a person's life. That's the best. The second best is, a really good graphic that is vibrant and big. Remember, people are looking at stuff from their phone, lots of color, and it's taking up the majority of the real estate in the Facebook picture. Okay. The key points of the bullet points are good. You could put some key points on the actual graphic itself. Some of the words of key points, don't write sentences, just make them short and to the point. And that's the second one, but the first one is definitely video. Make sure it says stick to a posting schedule. That's mainly for your business page. But if you are running Facebook ads, you need to have a timeline in which you're going to run this ad for. You're going to test it for a period of time. If it's not working, then you're going to tweak it. I'm actually going to go into my ads account here in a second. Announce or promote your products. So you can do Facebook announcements. You can promote your products. I would recommend that you actually just create a Facebook ad versus clicking the promote button, because the promote button, Facebook is choosing what to show, what to do. And it's taking a minute to figure out and collect that audience and find that audience who they think will be interested in this thing, whatever it is that you're promoting. Versus if you go in and do targeted ads, you'll be able to do it yourself. Engage your customers. So on your fan page, like if you're selling a product that is of interest to many people, then engage your customers on your Facebook page. Run Facebook ads using your pixel. You got your pixel added to your Shopify store, and monitor and retarget your ads. You got to tweak them. You definitely have to tweak your ads. So I'm going to escape out of this for a second. I do not have my ads account up, so let's forget. Under this new Facebook, I just don't even remember how to get here. I'm just not even gonna lie. I always have to go to the old Facebook so I can figure out how to get to this stupid thing, because they moved it. So let me switch to the old. Yes. Are you sure you want to switch back? Yeah. Can't find my ads account. All these stupid options. Ads. Oh. Switch me back. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I know how to get to it from old school. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not running any ads right now. So you want to set up an ads account. I have a business ads account and I have a personal ads account. I have two. Before we go into the ads account, I want to point out something for you guys. If I can. Oh, there we go. My computer is tired. I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to see how many, at some point, it's going to scroll. How many ads actually show up? That's my good buddy. Okay, so VR headset. I'm looking for sponsored ads. I want to show you something. Okay, so here's a sponsored ad, but I care, but I don't care about TikTok. But they're clearly showing it to me because I've previously looked at it. So Facebook has all these algorithms that, depending on how long you sit on an ad or anything that's sponsored, then they assume you want to see more of that, which is, for me, not true. I'm doing research. So I click on these three dots. And the reason I click on these three dots, because I want to better understand, because I like to reverse engineer stuff. I want to understand, why am I seeing this ad? Now, why do you care about this? Because for your Shopify store, your keywords are going to be so important. The products that you sell are going to be so important. The look and feel of your store is going to be so important. The customer experience is going to be so important. But getting people to your store, like all the things that you do to get people to your store, one of the things you're going to be doing is running ads. You may be running Google ads for $5 a day, and you may be running Facebook ads for $5 a day, but you're going to have to run some ads. It's going to have to happen. So understanding at least the little minimal things that you need to get some type of traffic to your store is going to be vitally important. So one of the things that I do, instead of hiding the ads, because people just hide. I'm like, okay, fine. I want to know, why am I seeing this ad? So I click on it to see why I'm seeing this ad. And it says, okay, so TikTok for Business wants to reach people who may have who may be similar to their customers. And so if I click on this, I want to see what about me made Facebook think that I am similar to TikTok customers. I'm sure it's because of my son and TikTok ads, but I'm going to click on this little greater than, and actually I'm not going to click there. I'm going to go down here, sorry. I'm going to go here, people whose primary location is the United States, people who speak English, No, it's not, that's where I want to go. Learn more. Our factors not listed here. Yeah, it's here. No. Hold on. They took away something. They took away something. That is horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Update your language settings. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these. So it says, okay, update this one. When I choose this one, it's going to ask me to update my language settings. So I can go here and I can change my language settings. But there's a place where you can actually see what it is defined as the reason why you're seeing this ad. So let me just see if I can get a product ad. So hold on just one second. We're just going to hold on, see if we can get a product ad. Nope. Looking for sponsored. Okay, so this is a sponsored ad. I don't know why I'm seeing this. So I'm going to go choose to see why I'm seeing this ad. And it says that they're interested in family. So it says, okay, view all your interests. That's what I was looking for. That right there. So the first one I went to didn't give me that. The second one says, okay, now I'm going to go view my interests. So you can literally go and see what are the things that potentially cause me to see this ad. So as I go here, I'm clicking on view my interests. I'm going to see advertisers who you've clicked. Yeah, I've been clicking a whole bunch of advertisers. Hold on. Interests. Didn't take me to my interests. I want to see view all your interests. That's what I'm trying to get to. There's a page where you can actually see all your interests. And I go through those, see more. Nope, that doesn't help me. And it's not showing me exactly what I want to see. Well, that's clearly not me. Yeah. I don't even drink alcohol. Parenting, yeah. Alcohol, not so much. Okay. Anyway, it will normally show you all of your interests. It could be because of the view that I'm in, but it'll actually show all the things that it's tagged you as your interest. And I'm like, that's not me. That is me. That is not me. And advertisers you have clicked. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. But in any case, what I want you to know, this is clearly wrong about me. And so it's assuming I want to see stuff about pets, parenting, social issues, and politics and elections. No, please, no. No. Alcohol, ad settings, data, categories used to reach you. Okay. So ad settings, I'm going to go to categories used to reach me. Oh, it's not going to give me what I want. Social interactions, see the social interactions alongside ads. Ugh, it's not going to give me what I want. Anyway, it'll show you all the stuff. I'm not seeing what I want. It will display it in the middle of the page. And it'll show you, so you can go in and turn off some things and go, nope, that's not me. That's not me. So they've got it wrong as to why they think I want to see this ad. Now, why does that matter? Because inside of there, you can also see maybe if I'm selling something similar or related, I can see some other things about myself that I could actually target other people for. And that is where the gold is. So I don't know why they changed something on the settings so that you can't see it anymore, which is annoying. Or maybe it's just today. I don't know. So this is Brandify. So I'm sure that they're showing me this because of Shopify. So I'm not going to see anything good there. So then let's keep going. Let's see if I can see a product. So this Shopanova, again, I'm looking for a product. Show me something that I can buy. What is this? This is better something. Better mortgage rates. Yeah, no. Hold on. Okay, so this is some kind of virtual reality thing. Some kind of virtual reality thing. Okay, I'm not a person who plays games. Not my thing. See, why am I seeing this ad? So speak English. Yep. I'm 18 years or older. Yep. I live in the United States. Yep. Those are the only reasons why you're showing. So make changes to your ad preferences. I'm going to see if it finally shows me what I'm looking for. No, it's not. They are not letting you get to that anymore. Oh my God. Okay. If they bring it back, it shows up in the middle of the page and it shows you some really great data about yourself, about what they've been tracking you on the internet for, and see other social interactions along with the ads. Yeah, I don't know. It's not showing anymore. So it could be because of the fact that I'm in two different views. It's the reason why it's not showing. But so I'm going to show you, I'm going to go over to some ads. So you want to set up a business account. This is my personal account running Facebook ads. This is a business account. I have a couple of ad accounts that I run. And so I'm going to go into go to the business. So once I go into the business account, it comes up. All right. My business. I want to go to look at an ad. So I'm going to go into my ads account. I don't think this is the one I want. Come on. Not opening. So annoying. I already know which page. I don't want to view the page. I want to go into the ads account for a second. Hold on. Get over here. Mm-hmm. Ads manager. Jeez Louise. Okay, they changed this stupid thing. There we go. All right. So now, okay. So once I go into the ads manager, if I decide I want to run some ads, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit this one that we were running Walmart ads for. And how I got to this, just so you know, everything is different than it used to be. The way that I got to this, let me just go back. Come on. It's not moving. I don't know what's happening. Come on. It is moving so slow. Next, I went to add accounts. And I went to ads manager. I finally got to ads manager. I don't know why this thing is taking forever to do absolutely nothing. But anyway, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add it. And this is what you need to know when you're getting ready to write ads. This is one of the best things that I ever learned from somebody on how to target a specific audience. So you want to go into, I'm going to edit ad. And I'm going to go down to, so this is my pixel, and you get your Facebook pixel. You can get it back on your, when you go to business tools, you can choose pixel, so you can get your Facebook pixel. That's where, and you'll get it. It's a bunch of, it's code, and you're just going to paste that into your Shopify store. So you just make sure you open up a business ads account. Then there's something wrong here. This ad is, I never finished it, so. Okay, here we go, targeting. So down here, under targeting, this is where I'm going. I can, if I'm looking for a specific audience, I'm gonna go, I learned this from an amazing person, that I'm gonna go and I'm gonna target people with a specific interest. So if I'm looking for a specific interest, I am going to browse what my options are, and I'm going to browse interest. So if you have people that are interested, like you're going to sell, I don't know, you're trying to target families. So you want to target people's, not their demographics, not their behaviors. You want to target their interests. You can target their behaviors, you can target their demographics, but you're going to have a better result targeting what they're interested in. So if Facebook has defined them as interested in family, or interested in marriage, or interested in parenting, or interested in whatever, then if your product that you're selling, you're targeting people who have kids, you're targeting, maybe you're targeting single adults, maybe you're targeting people who have pets. If the whatever the interest happens to be, that's what you want to target. Target people who love dogs, people who have pets. So you're targeting the interest. So what I did here is I'm under the interest section, and you can see you've got business and industry, you've got entertainment, you got family and relationship, fitness, food. So again, whatever your product is, I don't know what your product is, only you know what that is. Me and my computer are really at odds with each other. It's not you, it's me, trust me. So as I go down this list, or try to go down this list, there we go. As I try to go down this list, I can expand those sections. So if I'm targeting people who are really interested in outdoor sports, I can go, okay, my product is specifically for people who are interested in boating, or my product is for people who are interested in fishing, or my product is specifically for people who go mountain biking. Then you want to choose that in your options to narrow down the target for this audience. Who is this going to go to? And in that way, Facebook can go easily find them. You've got behaviors that you have options for. Again, the behavior that you might go after is people who, buy things, or, mobile phone users, because you're definitely going after mobile phone users. And then if you want to focus mainly on families or whatever, again, you need to figure out who is your target audience. So going all the way back to class 1, if you know who your target audience is that you're going to be serving, and I'll use the analogy that I love using, is people who have small dogs who like to walk their dogs on the beach. That is a specific target audience. This is an audience that loves dogs, audience that loves the beach, audience that loves walking. So they're interested in going for walks. They might be interested in fitness. They're interested in dogs. They're interested in the beach. That's what I'm going after. When I click on those 3 options, I'm going to narrow it down. If I'm selling this amazing leash that's going to keep the dog safe while walking on the beach, I have narrowed it down and I've targeted that audience. And so those people are the ones that are going to see my Facebook ad. And I'm going to work to find a Facebook ad that has a video. And if it doesn't have a video, I'm going to create my own video. What am I going to create it with? I can create it with a iPhone. You record an iPhone, use an iPhone to record your video. So all you need to do is get somebody to edit the video to make it look more flashy, but you can use a regular iPhone video or Samsung if it's got a really good recorder, and use that. But go after the interest of the people. Make sure that that's one of the top things that you're going after. And then once you do that, you'll have a better chance of targeting that specific audience and getting the ad to show up in front of them. The other thing is you want to go back and make sure that the ad that you run is actually getting some views, getting some clicks, getting people to see it. And so go back and take a look at that as well. Okay. All right. But yeah, I can tell you all day. Facebook ads with video sell. Images do too, but video all day long. Okay, so some tips on Google ads and Bing ads. So, you want to develop your campaign first in Google before you start running ads in Bing, because Google has the most traffic. That's given. Build out your keywords. You should already have your keywords list, including your long tail keywords. So whatever your long tail keywords are, again, you should include that in there. Whatever those phrases are. If it's a long tail keyword that has a phrase is more than one word. So it could be a 2-word, 3-word, 4-word phrase that's common. Like, okay, an example of a keyword, long tail keyword phrase is how to sell on Walmart, or how to sell on Shopify, or how to launch a Shopify store. Like how to launch a Shopify store. Shopify is what we're going after. But I also need the long tail keyword phrase. How are people searching? How did you search for this class? So it could be that, it could be any number of things. So what are the things that you're going to sell? If you're selling, teen clothes, what are the phrases that people are using when they're searching for teen clothes? If you're selling hats, if you're selling Christmas stocking stuffers, like Christmas stocking stuffers is an actual long tail keyword. Stocking stuffer for girls, stocking stuffers for boys, Christmas stocking, Christmas stocking is a long tail keyword versus stocking by itself, because then you can get into pantyhose and it's the wrong thing. So make sure that you get your keywords and your long tail keywords together, and then make sure that all your keywords are targeted to pick up existing traffic. So like with Facebook, you're going after interest. You still need those keywords. What are some of the words? You need some of those words over on Facebook, but you're really targeting what their interest is. On Google, you're going to target using your keywords. That's how you're going to find your people. Make sure you choose your location for targeting. So again, if you're selling across the US, or if you're selling not just in the US, you're selling in Canada, Australia, Mexico, the UK, wherever you're selling, make sure you put those locations in there. You need to have 5 to 25 keywords per ad groups. You have multiple ad groups that you can run. You can run multiple ad groups on Facebook as well. So it's just, I'm going to target this audience with these keywords. I'm going to target this audience with these keywords. And one of the things that I learned is that, you can choose multiple audiences that you're going to target. So if I wanted to just target parents, I will do a test with just targeting parents, and I create a new ad, and I may do an target female parents. And then the next thing I may do is target male parents, and then see which one of the 3 ads is getting the most clicks. And whichever one is getting the most clicks, that's probably the one that I'm going to narrow down or continue to dig further into what else am I going to target them for. So if I'm going after people who love to walk on the beach, I'm going to create an ad that is the interest is the beach. So that's 1. I'm going to create another one that's interest is pets, and 2. And I'm going to create another one that's interest is walking, and maybe another one that's, like a combination of all 3, and just see where I'm getting the most traffic. So I'm going to that's called split testing. And I'm going to test multiple ad sets to figure out which one's going to get me the most traffic. That is vitally important to what you're going to be doing for next week, or next week or the following week. We're going to do some ads together, and I'm going to help you so that we can make sure your store is ready and that your ads are ready so that you can get some traffic and some traction. Okay, once you have your ads built on Google, then you want to copy that over or import it into Bing. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, I have a horrible lesson learned with Bing. It's a great platform to sell on because it's easy to target people over there. But, you know, my account got locked because my VA was in the account and I was in the account and it didn't really think it was me. And I'm like, what the Sam Hill? So anyway, that was the whole problem. So just in general about ad strategies, you got to make sure that whatever you create, you got to split test it first. And then once you split test it, make sure that whatever you're starting off with, it is a scalable strategy. If you don't have the money to run the ads, you got to be realistic and honest with yourself. But you should have already established a budget. It says, I'm going to spend this much on my Shopify store setup. I'm going to buy these apps, these themes, whatever it happens to be, spend this much money on logos or whatever it happens to be. Then I'm going to spend money. I'm going to spend money on ads. Those are the two primary things that you're spending money on. So besides product, if you are going to do in-house fulfillment, if you're not doing in-house fulfillment, you have no product. You have no tangible product to touch. You just have to make sure that in your daily routine of consistency that you're checking in with your suppliers and make sure that they're still on the up and up, or they're still good, or they still have enough inventory to be able to fulfill your orders. So whatever ads you create, make sure that they're scalable. Don't create ads that are not going to be, scalable. That oh, okay, we only had 50 of that, so you didn't need to run an ad for that. Probably, you probably spent more money in the ad than you made in profit if you only had 50. Unless you're 50 and you're selling them at $5,000 a pop, that's a different conversation. So, diversify your campaigns. So make sure that I just talked about split testing. You're just basically just running different types of ads. Maybe try one ad with one video set and try another ad with a completely different video set. Run one ad with one graphic and run another one with a completely different graphic. Run one ad with one headline and run another one with a completely different headline. You've got to split test to see which one's going to get you the most traction. And then once you figure out the one that's got the sweet spot, run as much money as possible to that one. Start off with some $5 ads and then run as much money as possible to that one, especially for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So you should be sitting down, if you didn't already do this, figure out how much money you're willing to spend in ads to get traction to your store for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay, use your keywords wisely when you're running ads. Be intentional, but use them wisely. Optimize your targeting and retarget. So once you've found your audience, you can set up functionality, set up your Facebook ads so that you can retarget that same audience. If people see your ad, and it'll just keep showing up to them, like what is happening to me, because I keep clicking on, why am I seeing this ad? Qualify your clicks and your traffic. So scale your campaign. So just kind of see what's happening. How many men are clicking on your ads versus women? Should I isolate it and really just target women? Should I target men? Should I target people in a certain age demographic? So should I run this ad to this age demographic and run this ad to this age demographic that have these interests? Okay. Get more bang for your budget, which we already talked about, and then retarget and boost your conversion. So again, wherever you're getting the best response, if it's a specific audience demographic, meaning a certain age, a certain gender plus interest, then go after that. And maybe you split test it by going after splitting that out, and then track your metrics so you can make sure you're getting the best return on your investment. All right, so I know I covered a lot. I did. And there's clearly not enough time. Like, this could be a 3-hour session all by itself. But I do want you guys to go back and review this video again. Finish setting up your shipping settings, get started, go in there, play around. Shopify has some great tools and some great reference guides to help you finish setting up your page, finish setting up your payments, start the process of setting up your email marketing. That's going to be one of your keys if your store is going to go live for Black Friday. Like, we really want you to be able to start collecting information on your audience. We've already talked about, you have a schedule. I encourage you to follow it. So Remember, the first several weeks of this is you setting yourself up for success. And then it's all about throwing as much money and time as possible into ad spend. And then review your why and attend any Q&As that if you have any questions. So what questions do we have today? Oh, I know what I was going to cover. Sorry, there was something else I was going to cover. And don't forget that the Q&A is on Saturday and also on Tuesday evening. So let me go here. Let me escape out of here. So there's two other things that I was going to cover real quick. When you go to settings, and so we went through general. So general is where you want to make sure you put your legal business name here. You want to update your address information here. And you want to set up your currency. So make sure that you've got that all set up and ready to go. Go backwards. When you go to, you can set up notifications. Let's go over here. Store languages, billing, legal. So you need to set up your refund policy. So you can create it from a template, set up a refund policy. Make sure you set up your privacy policy, get that set up. Set up your terms of service, get that set up. Set up your shipping policy. So come in here and begin the process of setting this stuff up. You can Google, templates as well. They've got templates, and you can Google templates if there's some verbiage that you want to make sure is included in yours. But definitely get those set up before our next session, so that you have the opportunity to, let's just keep hit the ground running. Files, if there's images that you want included in your store. So let's say there's a big, oh, that's my son, Tony, right there. And there's Christmas. So let's say, probably not the best one to show. But anyway, if there are files that you want to upload, if there's an image that you want in the background for your store, a background image, then make sure that you've uploaded that. There's videos showing your product in use or something that you think is going to help sell your product. Make sure you upload those files so that you have them available to use on your store. Okay. Gift cards, I'm going to move on from there. Location, places, stock, inventory. You do need to, if you've decided on who you're using to help you fulfill the inventory, then make sure that you add your locations. And so, like I said, I've installed a couple of apps. I've got Shopify and DSers, and there was another one that I'm using. I will tell you in general, and I don't know where it is right now, I do actually like Shopify. I want you guys to know that. And the reason that I like them is because when I come into Shopify, they have an option for US products. And that option for US products, these are products that came from AliExpress that are already in the US. I have no idea why this is not working. But anyway, they have that option for you to choose products that are already in the US. And that is helpful. So you can source from AliExpress and source from products that are already in the US. So Shopify, we shared a link for Shopify. I don't know why this thing is coming up. My computer's probably about to die, but they have several products that these are suppliers that have already inventory that is from AliExpress and it's already in the US. Closed. I have no idea how to, Jiminy Christmas. Clear all, thank you. So something to think about. I know that there's a couple of other suppliers, and those are the ones that I was trying to find for you. But Shopify is one of them, and we have a link for them. And I would encourage you to take a look at them. Plus, they'll let you set up a 15-minute session with them to kind of make sure that's connected to your store. So why do you consider that over just any other AliExpress? Because the shipping is going to be different. You don't have to worry about e-packet. You're coming from inventory that's already inside the United States. You just need to make sure they have enough of it. We also talked last week, I think, about eCom Hunt. That's another one, and I believe that they have some US-based options in there. De-esters, I've not been able to figure out yet. I'm still researching whether or not they have US-based options as well. But I wanted you to know about that, which is great. And you can import those into your store, whatever products that you're looking at, you can import them into your store. So that is a viable option. Any questions? Okay, well, I hope this information has been helpful to you. We do not have a training session next week, which is the 31st, but we do have one on the 7th. So go back through sessions 1 through 4. Make sure that you have completed as much of your setup as possible. We will still have the Q&As on Tuesday and Saturday, so I'll be here on Saturday for a Q&A. We can talk as long as you want to about whatever you want to talk about. So that you're ready to go for your store work that we're going to be doing on the 7th. We have a lot to do. That will probably be a long segment, and because I want to check and make sure that everybody's stores are operational and functional, and that we've got a good start on an ad strategy. Okay, this is Nicole with eCom Sellers Mastery signing off for now. Bye. And don't forget to ask your questions in the Facebook group if you have them. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.